Adesina Koiki here at St. Francis College in Brooklyn. Greg Herenda, the head coach of the FDU Knights, joining us. Fairleigh Dickinson with a 79-73 win to go to 8-1 in conference play of the Northeast Conference. First of all, Coach, congratulations on the win. Not the best start for you guys. Down 9-0 within the first 3 minutes. You decided to take all of your starters out of the game. What were you most displeased with in the first 2 minutes of the game?
Well, our starters started the game. They were in New Jersey. Okay, that's basically what happened. No, we have a very deep team, Addy, and what happened was we just didn't come out ready, and it wasn't anything other than we just had to bring some guys in to change our mojo and our flow, and they did that. And our team constantly, if you start covering our team, we dig holes, but we get out of them, And it started, with that change, and then our starters came back in and kind of settled down, and we stopped them. Probably from the 4-minute mark to the 10-minute mark, we really guarded. That got us back in the game. But give the credit to St. Francis, man. They just fought, and we were fortunate to win. We had a lot of breaks go our way, but I think we made our own breaks. Earl Potts got a huge loose ball, and it was really Stephon Jiggett's night. He put us on his back. But early, Caleb Bishop, our freshman, was dunking the ball from left field. So it was a good win. And this is the first time I've ever won in this building. It's a hard building to win in. Coach Breaker's a really good coach. Those kids play really, really hard, and we're fortunate.
In the second half, you got out to a very fast start, built an 8-point lead. Was there an emphasis at halftime in getting out to a fast start, especially given the slow start you had at the beginning of the game?
Well, they got the message that we have to come out, a lot better than we started the game. But we got the ball, inside. If we start relying too much on jump shots and perimeter game, we got the ball inside to Caleb on the first play, and he got fouled. And then Mike Holloway, our big man, was really good. And then our guards got – if we go inside out, Addy, that's our formula. But once we start going outside in, it's not a good success rate for us.
You went – I believe three-quarter court, full court pressure for most of the game, but then in the second half, a couple of possessions or maybe more, you dropped into a zone defense. Yeah. Did you want St. Francis to beat you by shooting the basketball?
No, I was just trying anything to stop them. So we usually change our defenses, but they've got 3 really good guards, and our guards are good, but we were out today in a shoot-around. We had a guard turn his ankle, so we were down a guard, and their guards are good. So we were just trying to do anything to disrupt their flow, really, and I was trying to do I was just trying, man. There was no rhyme, no reason. But our kids play hard, and, I think that's like we've won 11 out of the last 14 road games in our conference or something crazy like that. We're really good on the road, and but again, like I said tonight, St. Francis, easily could have won that game, but we were fortunate to come out on top.
On paper, you're on the top of the league. St. Francis is near the bottom of the league, but all game long, it was tight. This game, is this game almost a microcosm of the parity that exists in this league?
I think you hit it right on the head. I said it the other day to someone that was interviewing me. You don't put your record on your jersey, you put your school name. When you are who you are, and St. Francis is just. I just love this. I love St. Francis College. I love Irma, the AD, Glenn. It's just it's a family atmosphere here, and I think our league is the same way. So I was an assistant in the Big East, and there was a big difference between Georgetown and the bottom of the league back in the day when Iverson was playing. Now in this league, it's equal opportunity. Anybody can beat anybody on any night, and again, tonight we were fortunate to come out on top.
You don't have any animosity for a Syracuse graduate, right?
Oh, absolutely not. I was
good.
I coached the game when Lawrence Moten broke the all-time back in the day.
Oh, really?
Lawrence Moten broke the all-time Big East scoring record.
Seton Hall, then. Yes, at the Meadowlands.
But we won the game.
I remember that.
We beat Syracuse. The only team we didn't beat when I was there was Georgetown, and was Allen Iverson. But that's a long time ago.
I remember that too.
Yeah. So you're up there. You look younger than I. You look like Bernard King, by the way.
Oh, that is a compliment. I want to get to your bench demeanor.
Sure.
9-0 down, it seemed as if you're as cool as a cucumber, but you're pacing the sideline, sitting on each end of the bench. What's stirring inside of you when it looks as if you're appearing calm?
You don't want to know what's stirring.
I do want to know.
What's stirring inside of me is we're going to be fine, but I've got to do something. And if I scream and holler, these kids know that doesn't work. So I had to make an action. So inside I'm like, okay, what do I do? And what I did was just clear the bench. And I think a lot of coaches do that. It's not, nothing that I started. Dean Smith used to have the blue and the white team at Carolina. But inside, because we practice so hard, Addy, that for us to come out 9-0, that's not reflective of how we practice and how we run our program. So that I was disappointed, but I wasn't, flustered. We've been down a lot before and come back.
In a way, you have a youthful team and a veteran team, especially given the fact that you won the conference tournament last season going on the road and defeating Wagner to win that championship. Is it a little bit easier to coach a team that has that championship experience?
It's a great question, and I don't want to sound arrogant saying it, but when you've won a championship, there's a piece inside you that you've done it and you know how to do it, and you just get a little bit calmer that these kids are going to make the right play, and they do. So I think you're right. We're a young team, but we have an old soul. We've won a championship, and then we went to the NCAA tournament and really got popped. We played a really good Florida Gulf Coast team, and I think that might have been the best thing for us because it kind of said, okay, we're good enough, but we're not where we need to be. And it kind of humbled us in the spring and in the summer. And, our goal was to get back to the NCAA tournament and win a game, quite honestly. We set that goal after we lost in Dayton, but we've got a long way to go, but that's where we're trekking, man.
Stephon Jiggett's 19
Joe
points
Louis.
in this. It's the knockout blow,
Yes.
huh? 28 points, 19 in the second half. He seems as if he's a player that is made for these big game situations, at least from what we saw. We know Darian Anderson gets a lot of the pub, but Stephon Jiggetts looks like a guy who, in big moments, is that person. Does he have that demeanor in those big games?
No, he's a very calm, cool customer, very strong. And that was our emphasis really at halftime, to go to the basket. And like early in the half, he went to the basket. Then they gave him the perimeter shot, and he took it and he made it. He had some great assists. Stephon Jiggett's is just it could be Earl Potts one night. It could be Darian Anderson. It could be Mike Holloway. Now Caleb Bishop from St. Anthony's is coming out. We've got a lot of parts, Addy, but tonight it was the Stephon Jiggett show for sure.
Last question. I mentioned the on-court
I get paid
demeanor.
for this.
You should, really. I mentioned your on-court demeanor. It looked as if you're really calm, but in that second half, there was a play where you had the press on,
Right.
and I think St. Francis beat it down the sideline. You were sprawled on the scorer's table, and they hit a three-pointer.
I want to correct you, but we were just in man-to-man.
You're a man, sorry.
And,
Are you
and
correct
we
me?
missed our assignment, and no one was covering Francis in the corner, and I was running down the side. I wanted to go guard him, and it was a mishap. So we were just playing man, but we subbed, and we didn't know who our responsibility. And that's a sign of it was actually Caleb Bishop, and he's a 4-man for St. Anthony's. He played like a 4-5, and now we've got him playing a 3-2, a 4. So there's an adjustment there, but that play.
Okay.
We were up 7 at that point and could ice the thing, and we give up a 3, and now it's 4. So you're right on the money, man. You watched the game hard.
I did watch the game hard. That's what we do here on a lot of Sports Talk, and thank you so very much, Greg Herenda, the
I want
head
you to
coach.
come to a practice and come to Fairleigh Dickinson and be our guest. We'd love to have you.
We're okay to go to a practice.
Absolutely. We have our practices are open. You call Brian Jackson, our sports information director, and he'll let you in.
Brian and Greg are amazing people. Greg Herenda, thank you so very much for the conversation, and
Thank you.
congratulations on the win.
You're the greatest. Thank you.